Hi everyone, we're Mimicker, here to introduce all kinds of knowledge, even the stuff we didn't know about. So today we are diving headfirst into something that, well, didn't go so well the first time around. Smart glasses. We all remember Google Glass, right? Bit awkward.
Definitely a memorable experiment.
But now Meta is back, taking another shot with Ray-Ban on the Meta display glasses. And the big question for you listening is this time different? Is this the device that finally gets us looking up from our phones, or is it just another expensive gadget?
Yeah, the Google Glass comparison is fair, but honestly, the landscape has shifted quite a bit. This isn't just about sticking a camera on glasses anymore. We're talking major leaps in generative AI, much better wearable tech.
Okay.
And our source material, looking at Meta Connect 2025, really paints a picture. You see the huge vision they have, but also, well, some pretty public stumbles during the demos.
Right. Those were something. So our mission today is to unpack all of that. We'll look at the tech packed inside these things, that pretty hefty price tag, the design choices which are key, and how Meta's whole approach compares to Snap, their main competitor in this AR space. Let's start with maybe the most obvious win, the look. Meta clearly learned that people don't want to look like they've strapped a computer to their face.
Absolutely. That partnership with EssilorLuxottica, the Ray-Ban and Oakley people, was incredibly smart.
It means they actually look like Ray-Bans, classic Wayfarers, aviators. They don't scream tech prototype.
Which is essential if you want people to wear them every day. And they need people to wear them because the tech inside is pretty sophisticated now. It's not just a camera and speaker.
What's the core tech then?
The big deal is the micro display. It's full color, high res, and tucked into the right lens. That's where all the information pops up.
Information like?
Things like messages, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, turn-by-turn directions right in your vision, live captions, even real-time translation. The goal is keeping your phone tucked away.
Okay, that sounds useful. But what about wearing them? Are they heavy?
They're heavier than normal glasses, no doubt. About 69 grams. Your typical glasses might be, 25, 35 grams.
So you'd notice it.
You'd notice it, yeah. But compare that to Snap's developer version of their spectacles. Those are a massive 226 grams.
Yeah.
Suddenly, 69 grams feels manageable. Wearable for hours, not just minutes.
All right, so they're wearable, but how do you actually use them without waving your hands around or constantly tapping the frame? That's where the neural band comes in, right?
Exactly, the neural band wristband. And this part is fascinating. It uses something called electromyography, EMG.
EMG.
Yeah, it basically detects the tiny electrical signals your muscles generate in your wrist and fingers when you think about moving them, even if you don't actually move much at all.
Whoa, so you could scroll messages or skip music tracks with just micro movements?
That's the idea. Eventually, maybe even type, with almost no visible gestures. It's trying to solve that awkwardness problem of interacting with face-worn tech. Kind of an aha moment for the interface, potentially.
Okay, so that's the hardware. Moving on to the vision they pitched at Connect 2025. They really went big, framing these glasses as this kind of action assistant.
Oh, definitely. The demos showed, or tried to show, seamless notifications, maps guiding you without needing your phone, even using the display for camera zoom previews.
Yeah.
Really ambitious stuff.
Tried being the operative word there, because as our source material highlights, things didn't exactly go smoothly on stage.
No, they really didn't. There were two pretty major, kind of cringeworthy demo fails that honestly overshadowed a lot of the positive announcements.
Let's talk about the first one, the AI recipe flop. I read about this, it sounded painful.
It was. They had a professional chef trying to get cooking steps from the AI assistant, and it just malfunctioned.
Yeah.
It misunderstood, it froze, it got stuck repeating itself. Not a great look.
Yikes. What went wrong there? Just a bug?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The CTO explained later it wasn't just a simple glitch. Apparently, the chef saying the "Hey Meta" wake word on stage, it accidentally triggered every single Meta smart device in the whole auditorium at the same time.
Wait, seriously? All of them?
All of them. It caused this massive, unexpected surge of requests that just overwhelmed their servers. The CTO literally called it a self-inflicted DDoS attack.
Wow. Okay, that's more than just a glitch. That sounds like a fundamental vulnerability if one voice command can crash the system in a crowd.
It definitely highlights the challenges of scaling this kind of cloud-dependent AI in the real world. It's one thing in the lab, quite another in a packed venue.
And the second fail, that involves Zuckerberg himself, right?
Yeah, that's right. He was trying to demo taking a WhatsApp call in the glasses. The notification came through, but the button to actually answer the call just didn't show up on the display.
So he just missed the call on stage.
Pretty much. They later said it was a race condition bug, basically. 2 bits of software code clashing. The command telling the display to go to sleep happened fractions of a second before the command to show the call notification. Bad timing.
So putting these glitches together, what does this tell us? Someone thinking about buying these, maybe?
It tells us that making smart glasses work reliably isn't just about cool hardware or smart AI. It's this incredibly complex dance between the device, the software on it, and the cloud services backing it all up. Everything has to work together perfectly, instantly.
And getting that perfect harmony outside controlled tests is clearly harder than it looks.
Exponentially harder, it seems.
Which maybe brings us to the price. $799 for the Ray-Ban display and the Neural Band. That's quite a jump from the $299 starting price of the previous Meta glasses.
It's a big jump, yeah. But it reflects what you're getting. You're not just paying for a camera and speakers anymore. That price is largely about the miniaturized optics, that full-color display in the lens.
So they're segmenting the market?
Clearly. The cheaper models are still there for basic camera stuff, social sharing. But this $799 package, that's aimed squarely at early adopters, people interested in productivity, in that AI assistant potential.
Okay, but let's say you are willing to drop $800. There are still some pretty significant physical hurdles, aren't there? The sources mention this prescription wall.
That's a huge one, and probably the biggest physical barrier right now. Because of how tricky it is to project that display accurately onto a corrective lens, Meta only officially supports prescriptions between Netico 4.0 and plus 4.00 diopters.
And what does that mean in plain English for people with glasses?
It means if your eyesight needs stronger correction than about 400 strength, you're currently out of luck. The optics can't handle really strong prescriptions while also displaying the AR info properly.
Wow, that must exclude a lot of people.
It does, especially in places like East Asia, where higher prescriptions, maybe 500 to 800, are much more common. It's a fundamental physics problem with the current tech fitting complex optics into thin lenses.
So a big chunk of the potential market just can't use them yet. Then there's battery life.
Right. They rated it 6 hours mixed use, which sounds okay. But if this is meant to be an all-day device replacing your phone checks, 6 hours isn't really cutting it. You're charging midday.
Still carrying a battery case needing to charge.
Exactly. And finally, you can't ignore the privacy issue. It's still there and always on camera on your face.
The Google Glass problem all over again?
Pretty much. That social hurdle, the feeling of being recorded or recording others, hasn't gone away.
Okay, so Meta's fixed the fashion problem, mostly. But engineering challenges, prescription limits, battery, privacy, still lots to solve. How does this stack up against what Snap is doing with spectacles?
It's really interesting because they're taking such different approaches. It's not just product versus product. It's like 2 different bets on what smart glasses are for.
How so?
Meta, with the Ray-Ban display, is all about utility. They want it to be your information assistant. Messaging, navigation, translation, functional stuff to help you through your day. It's a productivity play.
Okay, productivity and a Snap.
Snap is leaning hard into immersive AR and entertainment. They're leveraging their whole ecosystem of lenses, games, creative filters that interact with the world around you. It's about fun, creativity, social expression.
So less about replacing your phone for tasks, more about enhancing reality for fun.
Exactly. Their current spectacles have a wider field of view than Meta's, which is better for AR overlays, but again, they're super heavy, 226 grams, and the battery only lasts like 45 minutes.
Oof. Not practical for all-day use.
Not at all. They're positioned more as a tool for developers and creators right now. Snap is planning a lighter consumer version called Specs, maybe for 2026, but their current focus is different.
So for you listening, the takeaway is we've got these 2 giants betting on different futures for glasses. Meta on practical, everyday utility, and Snap on immersive fun and creativity.
Precisely. Productivity versus entertainment. It'll be fascinating to see which vision, if either, catches on.
So wrapping this up, we've seen the journey, the smart Ray-Ban design, the cool potential of that neural band control, but then the reality check from those demo fails, the server issues, the big limitations like prescriptions and battery. Meta's definitely put smart glasses back on the map.
Yeah, they have. And their big ambition isn't just to make them cool, it's to make them essential. But the real hurdles now might be less about the tech itself and more about us. Social acceptance, privacy concerns, and just habit.
Habit.
Yeah. Are people really going to choose glancing at a lens with its current limits and maybe that lingering awkwardness over just pulling out the super reliable, powerful smartphone that's already in their pocket? That's the billion-dollar question.
Whether this becomes the next smartphone moment or just another tech fad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll likely see how that plays out over the next maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It really comes down to whether people find them genuinely useful enough to change their behavior.
Yeah. A lot to think about there. Thanks for tuning into this episode. If you enjoyed our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on the notification bell.